Hey everyone, it's Carmen. We have a special guest here. It's Ben from Learn Chinese Now.
Hey guys.
And our topic is Mandarin versus Cantonese. A lot of you have requested that after the Chinese Mandarin versus mainland Chinese Mandarin. So actually, we all know that Mandarin and Cantonese all use the same characters, but the two languages are both mutually unintelligible. So what that means is that if I speak Cantonese and he only knows Mandarin, he's not going to be able to understand me.
That's right. But if you read a newspaper in Hong Kong, even if you're a Mandarin speaker, you'll still be able to understand it because when Cantonese people write, they write in what's called standard Chinese.
And even though we use the same characters, some of the words that Cantonese people use to explain things or for different things are totally different to Mandarin.
So they can only communicate by writing things down. So first up is the word which means to not have, and in Mandarin that is 没有, and in Cantonese it's
冇啊 or 冇.
冇.
Mo.
So you can see, actually, it's kind of like a shortcut. If you look at the character, you can see it's like the character yo, which means to have, but then they've taken out the little lines in the center
So
to
there's
make
none.
mo. There's nothing there, not have.
How are you? So in Canto, that's 點啊.
Dima. And yeah, in Mandarin, we say something like 怎么样? Or that's one of the ways to say it. These two expressions, rather, they show kind of the difference in sound between Mandarin and Cantonese. You'll notice with Cantonese, people often add, at the end of a sentence, this ah sound. If you listen to people like in Chinatown, you're like, what kind of Chinese is this? And you hear people like, Dima, Moa.
Do I really sound like this?
It's all this kind of, you know, and Bin Dou. It's like a sing-song. And you're like, oh, that's Cantonese. And then if you hear people adding R to the end of words, like, 怎么回事? 什么事? 那边? That is
Northerner,
that's
Northern
northeastern.
China.
Yeah,
Northeastern.
Beijing dialect or northeastern Mandarin. And then people in other parts of China just kind of speak normal.
Well, it depends. It's like a different region. If it's like Taiwan, they have like all cute sounds like, you know, they're like,
yeah,
those types of sounds. And then for like Singaporeans, they like to add la at the end. So
right.
it depends on which region you are, and they like to add different. It's kind of like A for Canadians, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
It's a joke. But anyways.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So in Mandarin, we say 谢谢.
In Canto, we say 唔該. But depending on how much gratitude you're trying to give, you can say 多謝 if someone's giving you a gift or giving you something. 唔該 is kind of like a favor or something small, like if you pass me a tissue or something like that, that's 唔該.
And yeah, in the word 多謝, we can see that 謝 is actually the same character as the 謝 in Mandarin. So 多 means many, and 謝 or 謝 means thanks. So it's like many thanks.
So let's go into a little more colloquial. And for a pretty girl in Cantonese, we say 靚女.
Yes, and in Mandarin we say, well, there's sorry,
He's getting embarrassed. He doesn't want to say it.
The word 辣妹 came into mind, but actually I'm supposed to say 美女.
Isn't that hot girl?
That's like hot little sister, yeah. But let's just go with 美女. But actually, before you get alarmed, you know, 美 is often used to just refer to a young girl, like, you know, 20 years old. And you can replace the la with characters for like location, like 台妹. Tai is short for Taiwan, so you use like hot Taiwanese girls. It's can't believe I'm saying this.
Okay, I think I like
Lang
Loi better. It's
Lang
more
Loi.
like just pretty girl. That's it. Here we're gonna illustrate how written and spoken Cantonese are different. So for example, if you want to ask where the bathroom is, in Cantonese is 洗手間喺邊度啊?
In Mandarin, you say 洗手間在哪裡?
If I say that what he said in Cantonese, it still makes sense. So 洗手間在哪裡?
But if I say what she said in Mandarin, 洗手間西邊堵呀.
Sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't even say it. It doesn't really mean anything.
Cantonese can do both written and basically it's different for both written and spoken. Do you know how to speak English? So 你識唔識講英文啊?
In Mandarin, that's 你會不會說英文?
And if I want to say what he said in Cantonese is 你會不會說英文?
And in Mandarin, if I try to say what she said, it would be 你是不是英文
講
講
Yeah.
英文呀, which really doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And so that just demonstrates to you the fact that, you know, if you write in standardized Chinese, Cantonese people can understand it, but if you write in spoken Cantonese using the spoken characters, other dialects can't understand it. And you very rarely see Cantonese written down, except for in like magazines or comics, or sometimes if someone's being directly quoted in like a newspaper, they'll use the Cantonese characters, seeing as it's like a direct quote from someone.
So there are actually some differences in grammar in terms of Cantonese and Mandarin. So for example, in Mandarin, people say 我先走, but in Cantonese, they say 我走先. So they flip
So
it
this
around.
means I'm going to go first, or I'm going to go now.
Yeah.
And basically the verb, the word meaning first or now is flipped in a different position. 先 or 心.
And besides the grammar, actually a lot of the nouns are flipped as well. So for example, stockings are
凉裤袜.
called 凉裤袜 in Mandarin.
Americans call
whatever.
it pantyhose. The British call it tights.
I call it stockings. Maybe this is Australian thing.
Maybe we should start teaching English as well.
But in Cantonese, it's called matfu, so it's sock pants.
Yeah, and those are the two of the characters.
That's flipped.
We take the lian off, and then two of the characters are flipped round.
Swing, like the swing in the park, in Mandarin is
How do you read it? 秋千.
Yeah.
I've never needed that vocabulary because
So,
I don't
that's
generally
okay.
hang out in little parks and with kids or whatever.
That's good to know, Ben. That's great to know. Okay, and in
27.
Cantonese, it's 清操. So they flip it around. So it's pretty interesting what they do.
That's true, and it's the same with the word customer. In Mandarin, we call it 客人, and in Chinese, it's
Cantonese?
it's pronounced 哈yan,
Yeah,
which is the
no.
same two characters, right?
人客.
Oh, sorry, yeah, yan ha.
But Hagyan also works. That's the thing. Like in Cantonese, so many things work. Like you can flip it this other way and you say it the other way. It works.
And that's actually another way in which Cantonese is a little bit closer to classical Chinese, because in classical Chinese, you have a lot more freedom in terms of flipping around things. Like literally, sometimes it would be this way, sometimes it would be that way. If you read the old text.
So it's kind of like you want to make a rhyme, so you kind of like.
They can flip. Yeah, literally in poems, they'll sometimes flip something around. Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
But we do have one thing in common, don't we, Carmen?
Yes.
Which is in Cantonese and in Mandarin, when people get hurt or they, encounter something annoying, they all say,
哎呀.
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 哎呀. Alright guys, these are just some of the examples that we came up with. If you know any more, please let us know, comment below. And you can go to Ben's channel to see a different version where he explains classical Chinese and its relation to Cantonese. That'll be interesting. That's something I don't know either. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share it. And check out Ben's channel, subscribe to us. We have new videos every week. Actually, this section is called R&V, which is the educational section. We have new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. So make sure to check us in your inbox then. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you later. Hey!
哎呀.
You scared me.
That was too much. Just a little.
You're gonna fly on. I'm over the cackle.